Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Build Riverwood. So I've made a couple of changes and I'll just kind of go through the kind of blacksmith wise and also some other stuff as well. So I've tried out and I want to see if you guys think this is better. Basically using that upside down stair that we've got with the metadata and then putting a trapdoor on top to see if that looks any better. I'm not sure yet, but if I show you what I did have last time, just in case you've forgotten. I did have this, and I could go with this and put a trapdoor on, but I don't know which one. I'm not really too sure which one looks more like the actual one, but I think this one does. And also I want to thank I think it's Damien Blake who told me about this, which is like the replacer tool. That saved me a ton of time. As you can see there, you can literally just like select it and just switch out blocks, which is awesome. So I'm just going to switch these. Can I switch these back? No. So it works most of the time, but that's kind of wild edit for you anyway. So there we go. Put those in. I'm just going to switch it to day again. There we go. Also, another suggestion was on these side bits to actually variate it, and I'll do it on the small house so we can actually see what it looks like. Basically switching these to this way. And I'm just going to try this out, and I think I might switch these over. I think it varies it a little bit better. So it gives it a different kind of style, it gives it a different kind of edge, and it doesn't make it look as flat. As you know, with my other medieval builds I usually use, you know, the wood could go down and things like that. And it does kind of outline the building a little bit better. I'm just going to try this. There is also, we could always go this way as well. So I'm not 100% sure yet if I want this or the other way. Let's have a look at that. That is okay. I'm going to try it with this way as well. And just do it on one side. That'll then make the flat edges here. No, I don't think that looks as good as this one. So I think edge-wise it needs to be right on the ends like this. It also makes it ridiculously easy when we're building new ones to actually place those down. So what do you think of that? Is that better or is this better? I just don't know. I can't really decide. Again, just pop a comment in and tell me which one you prefer. I'm going to switch back to my old one. I think I prefer this one. Mainly because I've got that kind of image of the Skyrim houses in my head. I think this is closer to it. But it's quite a cool idea though. So I'll just switch all these back now. Okay, so let's go over to the blacksmith and have a look here. So I've switched out that. On the inside what I've done is I've used the stairs again and put them in. And I've actually put in the jungle wood slabs to kind of cover up that part. It's similar to where we put in the slabs and stairs here. To kind of cover it up on the inside. They do the same in Skyrim as well for this. So I've kind of tried to variate it there. And I had to put in stairs here. I was going to put in slabs, which would make it look a bit higher up. But I had to put in these stairs, unfortunately. Also in this kind of back part, what I've done is I've used the cobblestone wall. There's actually a wooden, kind of the same kind of texture. So to stop this from being so thick, which if I do this, it looks ridiculously massive. So when I put in this kind of back area, which is what we're going to be doing kind of this episode, we're going to be doing all of the interior for the blacksmith. This will look too thick, so luckily we've got this kind of one, but obviously if you guys are on console versions or whatever, you can always use these, or you can just use normal cobblestone wall instead of the kind of metadata one. So we're going to be filling out this area first. I think we'll do the entire kind of outside first, and then we'll go inside. And I've kind of done the basic stuff, because you've seen this already before in the earlier episodes of what I've done and how I've made it kind of an extra block thicker on some parts. I've just filled that in, and what I've also done is, because there is actually a underground part, I've actually started to mess around here, and I need to fill in these. So I've actually got the kind of underground bit just to remind myself that there is one, and you can see how awesome this stone looks, especially when it kind of changes completely. As you can see, it's got this kind of different, it's almost got a ring around it. It's really cool. So I've just put that in for now, and it's kind of got this bit pushed back, and I'll kind of go about that when I get in there. But I was tempted as well, and I've lost my cobblestone, the actual wool. I'm just going to grab that from outside because I can't remember the ID at the minute. So I'll just grab this, the actual wooden one, and jump down. Yeah, I was tempted to take this out possibly and do something like this, but keep the one behind it. So I might do that. I'm not too sure. Actually, no, I think I'll keep these kind of thicker. But I'll show you this kind of bit that looks like it's recessed. It looks actually kind of like you can go around it, I think. But yeah, so we'll be doing the kind of interior. It shouldn't take too long, I don't think, now that we've got the kind of basic style, kind of mainly from these two. So we should be able to do this pretty quickly. But I think it's looking pretty good so far, so let's kind of jump in game. We'll have a look at mainly this outside area, all the stuff that's around here. Obviously it'll be mainly the forge and things like that, so let's get to it. Okay, and we're in Skyrim again, and we've got the amazing kind of lag that you kind of get. I have also got a mod for kind of cloaks, which is cool, but let's have a look. So I've got obviously Alvor. So we've got the main furnace here, and you can see why I did this here. Actually, you could, if you're on console versions, use a fence for that. I think that would be better as well, because it's not kind of as thick as these logs, which is why I've gone for the other ones. This one is, we've got the fence around the side, that's good. I was just going to quickly check here as well. Obviously there's this kind of walkway going across over the river, but that's pretty simple as a bridge. I'll do that in kind of like the latest, when we actually get into the map to try and put things together, we can add those kind of details. So we've got barrels and wood, a gigantic pot. Well, that's easy. So let's have a look over here. We also got a tool rack. I wonder if we can build a tool rack in. Yeah, I think we might be able to. Well, I'll give it a go. So we've got over here, we've got the main kind of smithy, or the blacksmith, or whatever you want to call it. The big kind of circular bit. Also got those. That's going to be steel ingot. We got an anvil over here, so we can move that. So we can have the smithy here, the anvil here. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to count out. You know, we've got these sections that I was saying about. We've basically got 4 of these because you've got this middle post. So we've got one section here which will be just the smithy part. This part is kind of, you know, you've got the anvil and stuff. And then this part we've got a kind of table with wood, grinder and tanning rack. So that might have to be kind of pushed over possibly to this one because I don't think we can get all of this in. And then over here we have the actual iron workbench, which I think we can do something pretty cool with. So it's kind of quite simple, really. There's not too much to it. I wonder if we can do something with these string parts attached to this. Probably not, but we'll kind of give it a go anyway. So, oh yeah, we've got a cart out here as well. Forgot about that. So we'll jump back into Minecraft. I don't think there's anything else. Ah, there's a bench here. We'll get that bench in as well. So let's jump back into Minecraft and we'll do this. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is put in the bench over here because I will forget. And actually because we've got this alcove, this might work quite nicely. But we can do it quite simply. Oak wood or something that's quite wooden. We'll have to just do this, this, and this. And then we got a kind of bench. Or we could just go down here. But that looks a bit too boring, I think. I'm wondering if we can grab that cool slab, this one here, just to make it look a little bit different. So we could put something like that. No, I want the kind of wooden one, I think. I'm just going to try it out one more. But I think then that looks more like a table. As if somebody's, you know, sat in here. You can actually trap certificates in here to sell stuff. That's cool. So I think what I'm going to do, or what I am going to do, is put this in here like that. But what I'm going to do now is grab some sort of carpet, possibly the white carpet or something like that, and put stuff on it, and that makes it look like a table. So I'm not going to do that. So there we go. Got there in the end. So you'd also do... Yeah, we know. Yeah, we'll just go with that first one that we came up with. That was the best one, I think. I don't think even brown wool will look all right on it. I'll just make it look too... Makes it look too like a table. It does look like a table anyway, to be honest, but... Oh well, we could always put another one of those seats in. Okay, so then the next section over here we had like a barrel, cauldron, wood, and then this kind of weapons rack. So barrel, cauldron and wood I'll put in this one, and I'll try and make some sort of weapon stand. So I'm actually going to do that first because that's kind of quite important, but I reckon we can just go something like this. Does this look kind of like it? And then in these middle ones, what I'm going to do is get rid of this carpet. And I'm just going to grab some stone and I'm going to use the replacer tool. And I'm just going to go ripple and 30 and 5. And then what this will do is when I click this, it will put that texture on. So, I'm not sure about that. I think I might need to move that over here instead. So I'll have two weapon stacks like here. And then just replace 2 of these, I think. Does that look better? Or should we just go with all of this? I don't... God, this is difficult actually. So that looks too... That just looks too samey. Or should we just go with something like that? Does that look alright? God, I do want to get some of those in, so... Maybe I'll try it on this side. Oh, I don't want wild edit. Deselect that. And just go for these 2. I'll do something like that for now. What I'm also going to do is, because we can actually grab some of the kind of metadata blocks you can grab. So we're going to grab this one. We're also going to grab the barrels. And we also need a cauldron. There's actually one inside here. I'm just going to grab that. Just makes it easier than finding it. So I don't know which ones are which. There's the wood logs. So we had kind of barrels here. So we'll put some barrels around. And then we had a cauldron like randomly around. Then we had tons of wood. So I'm just going to expand this wood part out just to there. Something like that. That'll do. There we go. So we got some stuff, and I might just barrel that up as well. You can't really see it, and that's a shame. It's the same kind of texture. That's fine. Yeah, leave it like that. Put the barrel here, and that looks too blobby now. Yeah, I'll just put that in there and take out that one. That's fine. So there we go. So we've got the bench, we've got the barrels, we've got the cauldron type thing. They got the wood, and then the weapon stand. And you can kind of see how I split that up. I basically wrote down some of the ones that I wanted. I was just like barrel, cauldron, wood, and then did it over here, this kind of weapons rack. Tried to do that. So now this is going to be a bit more difficult. We'll start with the main bit, which is going to be the biggest bit, which is going to be this furnace type thing. So let's try out some of these. And we've also got some stairs somewhere. Where's the goddamn stone stairs? There. Get some lava as well. And actually, if I use a full block, it'll connect to the fence, so I don't want to use that. God damn it. Leave there. So I'm just going to wrap some stairs around. Actually, yeah, that's fine. That works. Just take out these, put this in. Can I fly through this bit? No, of course I can't. So... that's going to be too small now. I want it bigger. So I'm going to... I can't really extend it there, can I? Not particularly. I can't... God damn thing. There. Put the fence back in. Like that. Times 0. Well, I could put it into there. I guess what I could do, I could do that. And that doesn't really line up. But I need this bigger. That needs to be like that size. It's a bit of a shame. Okay, well. No. Maybe I'll just leave it like this for now. I'm just going to switch out this so it makes it look a little bit better. I'm just going to switch it out for the slabs, and the reason I'm not going for stairs on this is because we've got this kind of underbit and you'll be able to see it there. Now you can see this, and I never understood this, that was just like a smithy, a load of lava right here. Didn't really make too much sense. I mean, we could just take this entire beam out, to be honest, or we could just make it full and then it kind of looks like it disappears into it, but I think that makes it look too thick. So I'm going to do that. Tell me what you guys think about this kind of bodge job to the side here. I mean, we could actually, to make it look... Yeah. Oh. I'm sure the fire takes off. Yeah, we could do that, and then we have these in the sides instead. Because we have the bellows here. I don't know what we're going to do for those. I don't think we can do anything. Anyway, we'll figure that out in a bit. Get rid of all of these. And I'm sure that this part's going to keep on setting on fire. It's just something that we'll do. So, yeah. Why? I'm sure I've got fire tick false. Give me 1 sec, I'm just going to check this. Yeah, so I've just made sure. It might just be doing it anyway, which is a bit worrying, but that's fine. So in this section we had an anvil. So I can't even remember where anvils are. There we go. So an anvil. Now which one should we use? So we've got one, slightly damaged, very damaged. Only slightly damaged. I think that looks a bit better. And it's kind of over here. Here, and then there's some water kind of stuff. Because there's a water thing, so that'll be a cauldron. Use of that. So we'll have 2 cauldrons here. And then put the water in. Then we've got those, so it can cool the thing off. Where should we put this? Well, it's kind of more... No, definitely not over there. Definitely here then. Yeah, there. That'll look fine. Still not happy with this part, and the fire's still bloody spreading. I'm just gonna leave it. I think that it's not actually gonna burn it away. I really hope it isn't. Actually, there is a trick for this. I've already got a trick in mind. Because that's going to really annoy me. Luckily with this texture pack, what we can do is if we block this up... Oh, bollocks. Right. And that goes another thing. So I'm just going to do... Oops. I'm not doing so well today. Right, so we've got this. So I have to replace this one. This one. God damn, why won't you switch? Alright, fine. I need to switch this one out. There we go, that one's doing it. No, that's just weird. So we're going to basically select this area. Here to here. I do need to get rid of that fire. So it's the best way to get to this. Rage. It's okay. It's fine. So there we go. And what I was actually trying to do before I destroyed most of this and all that kind of stuff, there is a type of glass, so we're just going to do set, and I'll just quickly have a look at the ID value. I think it's 27? 7? No, okay, so it's set 20, 26, there we go, 20 and then 6. And what this is an invisible block of glass. So we can now do deselect. And now, if it keeps on setting on fire, that's going to be annoying. But that should hopefully stop that. So then that'll stop people going inside as well, but it is just invisible glass blocks. As you can see, there's the glass block, and it's just an extra texture. 1.8 I think is going to have that normally, which is pretty cool. It's basically just a block without a texture. But that is awesome. So, over here we had tanning rack kind of in this point. And then what else did we have? We had a table, and there was wood underneath the table. And there's also the grinding thing here. Now, I have no idea to make that grinding thing. Not even the slightest kind of idea. So I'm going to go with the simpler stuff first, I think. Such as the table. And this was a wooden table, as I can recall, because we had the iron one over here, which actually will fit in really nicely. But we just had this wooden one, so I'm just going to go with, again, oak wood, just because it's slightly different texture-wise. Has this started to... Okay, so it's still setting on fire, and I don't know why. That's fine. We'll leave it. So we have that table there. I want the grinding stone whenever I figure it out to go here. I'm just going to, for the time being, go like this and like this, maybe. Oh, and that connects over to there. God damn. Okay, we'll just go with a block then. Block of clay. I don't know, I'll look in game and try and figure out what I can do with 2 to 3 blocks and try and think of something like that. Yeah, that's crap. So now we're going to put the tanning rack in. And for this, I'm going to do the same thing that I did over on the other side, which is it does look like more like furs, but I'm going to do Repel and 37. So we got this, that's the furs. What I'm actually going to do now, I'm going to try another Repel 102 and 3. What? Why is there a melon there? I have no idea. Okay, well, maybe I selected the wrong one. Give me 1 second. Okay, so this is what I was actually trying to get to. There. So that's that kind of window pane type thing. And that's really cool, actually, for... I'm thinking of other kind of applications for this, but imagine... I mean, you could do walls using the window panes, but kind of... you know, making them look deep without them being deep. That's quite cool, for an idea at least, but anyway, we'll just get rid of those. You can actually see them being window panes as well. So weird, but I think over here we'll do it just to here. And we're going to extend this table, or we can pull this table back, and then we can put the wood in there. So, this one, it's wood. Put the wood in there, there we go. So we got the wood, we've got the table. I can't remember what's on the table, it probably is just tools. Got a kind of tanning rack. I'm still not sure. Tell me which one you prefer, this one or the one all the way over there that's got the kind of hanging things. I'm not sure. This one looks kind of more like it, I guess, but the other one is more interesting. We're going to go for... so we need to get an iron kind of workbench, and this is going to be kind of difficult. Okay, so we've got block of iron, and when you actually do this, it kind of extends. But we've also got, if I just do Repel and 42, 6, got a slightly different one. Whoops, that's a bit nuts. This one is kind of a bit shinier. That's really weird to explain. This one's got some lines going across here to make it look shinier. And I'll just do another one. And Repel 42 and 7. And this one is like rusted. So that also looks pretty cool. I think I'm just going to go with the default one, actually. I think that'll probably look the best out of all of them. It's a shame we haven't got kind of slabs and stuff, but oh well, that doesn't really matter too much. So, it's got this feature. Still hate this block. Well, from this angle it looks alright. Kinda. This is good, this is good. Shit. This is good-ish. That's alright, that's alright. So, we need to figure out what kind of stuff's on here, so I'll just jump back into Skyrim. Okay, so we're back in Skyrim, so this thing... probably if we did make it that small one, it would be the right size, but I don't know. We could do it without a cobblestone wall as well, going around, but I don't like that idea either. I might try a couple different things for that. We still need, well, we don't need to put in this thing, whatever it's called, bellows. The grinding stone, well, it's wooden for one, so we need some sort of wood. And you can see where I got the fence gates from, just literally that tiny detail there. This just has stuff on it. This tanning rack's actually smaller, but I don't think we can make it much smaller. This just doesn't really have that much around, it's just got some ingots. Okay, that's alright. And the front's alright, actually. I'm not too bothered about the front. That's fine. Obviously that bench is tiny, but it's mainly that. Ah, a sign. We can put that sign in. And we will. So we're going to put a sign in as well somewhere. I don't think the other ones do they? No, so this is the first one with a sign, so that's quite cool. Jump back in game and play around. Can we make something like this as well? No idea. Let's see. Okay, so we're back in game. So what can we do with this? And it's still set on fire, but it's not actually doing anything, so that's fine. Well, I think that could have been dodgy. I was thinking about doing something like this and raising it up, possibly. So this is just to make it look a little bit different. I think we do need, even though it's really, really small in Skyrim, we do need this kind of 4. I think. I'm just trying this. That looks terrible. I'm not going with that, so I won't do that. Just get rid of this and get some cobblestone. Don't know. I don't think this will look any better either. It might be that it's set in fire because it can get through the stone. Does that look? That just looks too boring now, doesn't it? See? And we're back to square one with what we had in the beginning. Of course we are. So we're just going to do this. And I'll go inside for the next bit. With it setting on fire, I'm just going to leave that. I'm not too bothered. It won't actually set on fire. I don't know how to stop it, so meh. So I leave it like that. So I corner it. I do think I'd put these slabs and that'll make it look better. This bit's alright. This thing, I need some wood. That's rubbish. This whole thing is rubbish. No matter what, that just looks weird. That'll do. We had weapons over here, so if I do this, and unfortunately because of world edit, how the way it works, I have to. No, okay, that's not gonna do it. So I'll just do ripple and 13.5. Grab this. And I'll put some of these in the corner. Allow me to do it. So allow me to switch those to spikes. Why won't you allow me to switch this? Oh, there we go. So got some spikes there. I might also on this kind of bench put some carpet. I think brown will work. It's kind of around this tanning area. I'll put some white there and then have the brown down here just to make it look a little bit different. Possibly. There we go, it's got some furs there. Over here we had some, you know, that kind of tool. I guess we can have that as a kind of tool holder type thing. We haven't exactly got ingots that we can, you know, put on at least. Now obviously we could put up, you know, item frames for example. Item frames, and also grab materials, iron ingots, something like that. We could, you know, do stuff like this, but item frames do cause lag, which is why I've kind of stopped using them. Over here we had a sign, so we're going to put that in, and I think what we'll do is we'll actually extend this one here, and then have something maybe like this. Trying to figure out a way to connect it in without, you know, a little bit more interesting. But we could always just go with the old trusty fence, because that always works. And then put on a sign. And for the time being, I'm just going to leave it blank. When we get in, that'll be a kind of further detail. Now, if we put it here, put it there, or we can connect in there. Definitely not there. Just wondering if it should be there or one higher. We can always do this kind of thing that you always see. Just going to round it. I think it needs to be lower just to change it up a bit, and we will go with this way. That one looks better. So we got that. I'm just going to put a sign there, sign there, sign there, and I'll even put one on the back as well. And that doesn't look great. Need like a block, don't I? Yeah, I need like an oak wood slab. Now that's going to disappear it. That was good. Okay, so we got oak wood there, and now we can just... Oh, not up there, there. So possibly do something like that. It doesn't really matter, doing it out there, and we'll put stuff on again later on. I might actually switch that one out for that, or will it just deconnect itself? I think it'll just deconnect itself, but we'll try it. So I'm just going to go right the way, we're back here, grab that, do that, and it will deconnect itself. So I will put in that one just there to connect it on. Got the sign, so I've got the thing that's on fire now, and it will always be on fire, I think probably forever, even though we've tried to fix it, which is a shame. So that's alright, that's not too bad. There is as well in Skyrim these kind of like little bits on the sides, but then what that does is it means we can't walk through these parts, and that annoys me. So I'm going to leave those out and just leave it like that, but that looks quite cool. I like that. That's cool. I'm kind of happy with that. Still not happy with this end piece, so I am going to just do that. That'll be it. That'll be fixed. Right. So interior wise, we'll kind of I'll have a quick look at the actual space we've got and make sure we know where the door is, because that other one really confused me when it's wrong in game. So we've got that. We've also got some space down here, so I think that's okay. I think so. And oh, okay, I've got these. That looks better over here actually. Going just like this. That does look better. Yeah, I like that. Okay, right. Let's jump in game and do the interior. Okay, so we're in game again. So what have we got? We've got a bed over here, and then kind of small table and some stuff in here. So that's that one section. So again, what I'm doing is I'm kind of looking at these box sections, making it seem like as if the beam was coming down to here, and then kind of trying to section those off. So we've got bed, we've got a small table in the corner, and then over here we've got a big bed, and you can see that kind of clear section there. And then the next one we've got a fireplace, so we can already copy that one over. And then over here, this is kind of part of the steps, so we have got a kind of painting over here though, so we'll have to try and fit that in. Kind of got a painting here, but then we've got the steps on this side. And then we'll go to this section where we've got some cupboards and storage, and we kind of got this overhang, so we'll try and remember this part here. Where it's kind of overhanging, and we've got some chests and stuff. And then the main table over here. Okay, so that's pretty much it. We need to remember as well there's a big chest on that double bed. That's pretty much it. We're just going to jump in game. We'll do the fireplace first because we've got a kind of really good design for that. So it kind of makes sense to do that first, but we'll try and get as much of this detailing in. And there's a chandelier as well right in the middle of the building. So that's why they've got theirs. Okay, so we're back in the game. So what we're going to do first, probably the first thing I'm going to do is get rid of that floor. So we had stairs going down this way, and actually because we've got these small sections, it's quite good that I only try to kind of ignore bits of it, but I am actually going to put these in first. So we've got the fireplace here, so I need to figure that out. Big bed here, there was a cupboards and small table, a bed, bigger table here which we can actually fill up this space. So the stairs, where have we got some junglewood stairs? There we go, junglewood stairs, and then we're going down this way. Just going to put these in. So can we go up that? Yep. So that means we can get that. That's good. We've got the overhang. I'm going to fence this part off. We'll have some stuff here. What you can do with fence and fence gate as well, you can do this, so it kind of makes it look a little bit more styled. This usually works better when you have, for example, something like this, and if that was going to go all the way across, so it kind of does that kind of style. You can also double these up and do stuff like that. But what I'm going to do, because we've only got this free section here, and then we're going to have barrels and stuff, I'm just going to leave it like that. So I'm just going to put in, well, there's a barrel here, wasn't there? So I'm just going to grab that one. So barrel, food, or something. Throw that there. And there was kind of like a cupboard. I don't think we can fit that in. So it might be worth, if we got anything else. Not particularly. Well, that's fine. I'm just going to switch this back wall out for stone, or cobblestone even, because that's what we need to do. Grab this. I'll try and remember how to actually build this fireplace, because I can't quite remember, but it was here. And then we had Okay, so I completely forgot how to actually build this, so I've had to have a look. We had 2 blocks here. This one was where we had the fireplace, and this is going to be complicated, isn't it? Of course it is. We'll have to cover that up when we go downstairs. Darn it. Oh well. What else did we have? We had those there. We then had the cauldron in here, and I'm just going to put in a block of cobblestone to make that look better. These 2 we actually had going this way and this way. Then we had cobblestone wall here, cobblestone wall there. Ah, that's cool. I didn't know the connected textures actually worked with the cobblestone walls. So you can see the line there and it goes up to there. That's really awesome, actually. Then we had this going this way, this going this way, and then there was a block going in here, and I also had a block going in there. And this one is actually a jungle wood block, but I'll just put in the slabs there. Hide that. Okay, so I get in there, set that on fire, put that in there. Now I think I just went fully up with blocks here, and I switched out this one for one of those. Yeah, and I'll just go into here and can sort that bit in a second. Yeah, that looks like it. That's good. And then if I can grab some stairs and some fence gates. Well, not stairs and fence gates. What am I talking about? Fence and fence gates. Makes more sense. Why can't I switch it for the fence gate? This. That's weird. So we have that. We have this one here. It's a kind of moose head type thing. There and there. And then we need a skull. So where are we? Skull. There. There. That's cool. And this actually works quite nicely to then go down onto these stairs. So I quite like that. I'm still not 100% sure about this pushback because, and I'll actually show you why, even though it does look like it in the game and we'll go over it, I've kind of had to use these blocks to go around the outside, and that will go down anyway because this one was supposed to be on the side, but then you have these blocks here as well. You kind of have a, you know, you have a certain amount that you have to have here, so it'd look a bit weird if you didn't have this covered up. When you actually go down, you have this extra block, but I don't know. We'll see about it. We'll see what looks better. So fireplace is done. That's good. I'm just going to put in the beds. So we've got beds. So we had a double bed around about here. There was a small table and a chest here, so I'm going to leave that there, and I can fill some stuff up on the side, like this part here. There's a bed right in the corner. This bed here actually had a chest, so... Trapped chest? No, not ender chest. Normal chest, we'll just go with one of those. Double chest was on the end. We had a table in here. That's going to be bloody annoying to fit in, isn't it? But we can do it. So, what we'll do... God, this is going to be... it looks bigger on the inside, so that's weird. What I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to put in some bookshelves, stuff onto that part, change that bit. There was some sort of chesty type thing here, and then a small table. So put in the small table. I'll just use wooden pressure plates, so not trapdoor. Pressure plate. Shove that on there, and then we're going to put in a small. Just a small doobry, what's it called? One of those seats. And again, I'm just going to fly over here because I know I can grab this one. So grab that oak wood slab, even. Put that in there. Put that in there. Table, double bed. There was a painting on this wall. I'm trying to basically remember as much as I can and put it in, and then we can look at the finer details. Okay, so painting here. Let's have a look which ones we've got. I'm sure most of these are the same as the John Smith ones, actually. Whoa. That's cool, but not what we're looking for. That's cool as well. And I wanted some sort of... not like that. They are the same as the John Smith Legacy ones. Oh well. Is there anything we can actually use? We don't want to make it look kind of upper class because they're not exactly rich. don't really have a banners either, so I'm just wondering. Okay, that one will do. That one looks kind of meh. So, well, it looks quite cool, but you know what I mean. The table type thing. Well, I'm just going to clear down this inventory. Okay, so table-wise, because this is quite big. No, something like this. I'm going to cover that up, put this in, and put this in, or do that. That looks better. I've got the other kind of slab here to try and put in some. We are running out of space already. It's a shame. These take up too much space. Too much space. I mean, we could put it on a weird angle. No. Right, we'll have to have a look at this. Definitely. I mean, another thing we can do is just literally leave it as a table. I mean, that's obviously a table, as you can see, so might do that. Oh, one last thing. We can do the chandelier type thing. 1, 2, 3. Was it 3? Maybe. I think because then that doesn't hit into this. And yeah, that was right in the middle. Put some redstone torches on it. There. Got there in the end. Right, so we've got lighting there, we've got lighting on the side, and we've got lighting in the middle. That's actually quite good. So, we need to kind of look at the extra kind of details. Fireplace is good, this section is good, this section is pretty good. We could always move this over one. We need to look at that table, and it's mainly this area here. Because this looks boring. Obviously, I've just put that in quickly, but I want to have a look at the type of chest type thing there is there. Okay, so we're back in game. So that table is pretty small, actually. But obviously this house is bigger than the one that we've got to work with. And there is also stag heads on this side, so we might just basically do the same thing on this side, on the wall, kind of higher up. This is a couple of chest type things. I've already got this chest. This section pretty much done. Obviously the pot's on the side, but we put it on the other bit because we've got that kind of fireplace. Some sort of berries there. I don't know why. This is an actual wardrobe. Okay, so that's a wardrobe, so we can make one of those. We got a little table. That's fine. There's also like, painting type things here, but we couldn't really find any that really fit with the style. So we got that. This is more like that. Just wandering downstairs, how these stairs are. So these are like, wooden stairs. So I'll just do normal stuff on that. And you can see where I've tried to push back. And actually, the middle, there isn't actually a middle beam. But this is where the normal section would be, and you can see it's going to push back an extra block. So I'm going to change that as well, so no middle beam. Okay, and then we'll basically finish off the upstairs, make sure we've got that, have a look downstairs, and then plan out how we're going to do that. Okay, so we're back here again. This table. No idea, but we do need to have more kind of open shelf-like stuff here, so we actually do need this space. So I might... because I wanted to connect onto the bottom. There actually wasn't any bookshelves in here at all, so I'm going to get rid of those completely. If some oak wood stuff here, then possibly just do this. Something like that. Make those kind of shelf type things. And oh, there we go. Just put those on top. This bottom one needs to be different, so actually I will make it a bookcase. Even though I said I wouldn't. There we go. So we'll make that a bookshelf, and we'll make that one a bookshelf. It just makes it look different from this table. The table, there's not really too much we can do, unless we make it like that big. But I don't really want to do that, because it just doesn't feel right, I guess. Kind of want it to be a little bit better. But what we will do, to make it kind of a bit different, is we're going to put the kind of carpet on, and we actually completely forgot to look at the carpet inside this one, but we could always just do something, you know, like this. Let's make it look like a proper table, or not. We'll just leave it for now. Small table, that's fine. This needs to be a wardrobe. So, how the hell are we going to do this? And we'll find out. So, got these, and I might just do it like that. And I might just shove. Actually, we can go here and we can do I wonder if we can do something like that. At least it's got this empty space. Well, I'm just going to put some doors on. Wardrobe. Actually, I don't like how I've done this inside bit, so put some. That goes up too high. How can we shelf this off? Put that in there and there. Let's possibly do. Oh yeah, I can see. Okay. Put that in there. I'm going to put some slabs on the top. That means we can kind of get rid of those or not. Oh, we could have these as... Yeah, I might just do that. I might have these as kind of like some small cupboards, and then this is the main one. And what that means is we can do something like this. We've got some stuff in here. Close that up. So we've actually got some shelves. And actually, I'll put those down there and possibly do this. Yeah. Huh. Pressure plate, great. And then go into this. Grab one of the heads that we've got, which is the small thing like this. Put that in there. What else can we put in there? Probably grab, I don't know, maybe they got some mushrooms stored in there in a flower pot. Yeah, that's what they're doing. They got some mushrooms in there. So we've got that, and then we can put some buttons on this part here. Like that. That'll do. It's not perfect at all, but it will do. And again, we could put just those on, but I kind of want to make it look a little bit bigger, possibly. That's okay. This was alright. This was fine. I don't think there was anything about that. Table. Table. Right. What I'm going to do is actually, you know when I put the herbs on the other one, just to fill it up. So we're going to have like a small thing here. We won't put any seats on it just because of the size, but we can at least do some other kind of detailing. Okay, so for this we're going to put it, and this is where it's a bit difficult. We could have hung it from here or here, but we'll hang it here and just connect it up into the top part here. And I'm actually going to use the replace kind of tool. So it's Repel, and the one we used was 30 and 6. We got some rope in there. That's cool. Right. Let's add a little bit more detail. We'll also add in weighted pressure plates. We'll put 2 there. And this slab that's got the kind of chair on it, it has a kind of table thing. Not table thing. Kind of a map type thing. And actually, I don't want to take that on there. So we're just going to leave that map in there. We can put it over there. So it has got something on there. That just creates a little bit more interest in that kind of corner, makes it look a little bit better, even though we haven't got everything in there. We also need something around here. So I'm just going to grab... what am I going to grab? A crafting table. They always work. I could actually use crafting tables here. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. We're going to put crafting tables in here instead. Just because it makes it look different. And we'll have one there. And we can have on that a flower pot with some sort of jungle birch or something. Go away. And we'll put a fern in again. I think we did that last time, but it does look pretty good. So I guess now we've got a fern in there. That's cool. Let's add a little bit more colour to that. Table, 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 things, things, things. That looks fine. We'll quickly jump into the other kind of game. We do need to take out these. And that means pushing this back to there. Alright, that one, what I'll do is this beam will then go across. So do the same on the other side. It's got that, and we can actually do with switching these ones out for them as well. That looks better. Possibly. Not there. There. Okay, I'll switch these out. I think the floor's alright in here. And to make these look smoother, putting those like that. And, oh god, we got loads to kind of fix on this part. That'll do, right? we'll see basically what's underneath the ground. So I'll jump back into Skyrim to see what's underneath there. And we'll have to do some sort of bodge job on this part. We really will. So far I've got pretty much no ideas on how to cover that up, but we'll kind of see. Okay, so we're back. So there is a couple of these kind of rugs around. Pretty much white, brown, white, I would say. So that's cool. There is this lamp and all that kind of stuff. Obviously those are a lot smaller. That doesn't really matter. So we're going to go downstairs. So in this kind of corner part we've got some wood. So I think I'm just going to count these as normal sections, wood and barrel. And then this one we kind of have a small table. And then next we kind of have this counter, or the next two. I think I'll count these next two. We got some shelves in this cool counter, and there is actually a block type for that. So just got a counter with some stuff in it. I can just take the iron boots, that's cool. Well, why not? A lot of this stuff you can just take, that's weird. Okay, so we got a counter in those two sections there, and some cupboards, barrels, more wardrobe, chests, seat, wood, table. That should be alright. It's mainly just junk, to be honest. Let's just jump back in. I think we can do this one in one go. We've also got some carpet, like brown carpet there. So let's do that. Okay, so we're back in game. I'm just going to finish off quickly those 2 or 3 carpets. So we had basically white, brown, white, section-wise. So we can do this pretty quickly. White and brown. So let's have a look. We've got some white. Actually, we can put some white in there. We'll then have some brown around this part, and then we can have some bigger white one right here, like that. That will do. There we go. Adds a little bit of difference. So we'll go down here, and oh, that's that painting. I thought it was like mud or something, or dirt. So we had some wood piles and stuff. So I'm just going to grab the wood and barrels actually. Okay, so I've got that stuff. So what have we got? We got a wood here, so I'm just going to throw lots of wood in here. We also missed out this piece of dirt there. Yeah, because we switched out that, so we'll put that in. So, barrel, 2 barrels there. I think I might just fill this up with wood. A nice kind of wood pile there. Something like that. That's definitely, you can see that. Maybe bring it over a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. That looks okay. So what do we have in the next section? We had a small table. We'll actually do that in a second because I want to get this counter in. So what I'm going to do is, because this was a big counter. Oh, and we did have a table over here. So I'm just going to quickly do this. Put that table in. The counter will have... This way, was it like that? I think it was. I think it was open on this side. Closed on this, or kind of closed on this one, not all the way. So now I'm going to use is the replace one. And I'm going to do 5, 9, I think. 5, 9. Where's 9? Where's 9? There it is. So, we got this. And that is kind of like a counter. There is actually quite a lot of these as well. If I do Ripple 5, 10. It's like a fancy one. And this looks pretty awesome. You can see, so that looks really cool. But I think actually maybe 5, 8 might work. Oh, not in the bloody wall. So let me go. So I think this one's probably closest. Maybe. Yeah, that'll do. So we've got that there. There was some sort of chest type thing over here. We'll put something in there, or we just put in some shelves or something, I'm not too sure. We also had a big chest over here. We can always move that over there, because there was a cupboard here, wasn't there? So, yeah. Okay, so we had the chest type things up here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the crafting tables. Or table, whichever one, doesn't really matter. There we go. And... well, here we had shelves, didn't we? So, that was shelves. here we had some sort of wardrobe type thing. I need normal wood. Where's normal wood when you need it? We'll just move that. Grab oak wood planks. Put those in. Grab some buttons as well. Oh, we can either grab buttons or we can grab... Or we can grab trapdoors and put those on. No, it doesn't look right. What I'll do is actually switch these around. Got that there. Then that there. Put those on. Okay. Okay, so shelves over here. I'm gonna grab this, put it in here, and then grab. I can probably use that again. So I'm just gonna grab some normal oak wood stairs, and then possibly actually double this up. I wonder if that'll look alright. That actually looks quite a lot like shelves, so I'm quite surprised about that. But then again, that can only fit in a 3, or can it fit in a 2? I don't know if it looks like in a 2. Not too bad, actually. It's better in the 3. And we'll keep it in that. But I might switch out some stuff upstairs. I might have a look upstairs to see. We've got 2 there. So I still hate this. I really hate this. I'm just gonna in here. Open this goddamn door. Put in this, and then put in another one. I'll just do that. I don't know with this part. Put a crafting table in there. There we go. Still, I just wasn't happy with it, but I can't really switch out anything there. That looks quite good. I can't remember what's in this corner now at all, but we do have the small table type thing over here, which we can do. Okay, so I've grabbed all the materials, so we're going to have a table here. Just a pressure plate onto it. Actually, we can have the table here instead. Push it forwards. What the hell was in here? Was there anything? I don't really know. I can't remember that part, but we're going to have a table here, and then we can have one there. A chair there even, and we need some stuff for this. Obviously there's stuff underneath the counter, we can't exactly do that. Something for that corner. We're also going to have to cover up some of these parts, so... That's annoying, isn't it? That's the door. Oh. Oh dear. Right. Anybody got any ideas? I think the only thing I can really do is grab jungle stairs and possibly switch this one up for here, then at least it's only got a small bit on it. And this bloody thing. Because that's underneath there. I mean, I could do something like that. No matter what, that's going to look horrible, isn't it? I mean, we can just have that. Just take that away, that fire goes out. God damn it. Can we just get fire? Is there... I don't know. Is there a command for that? Can we just... Let's see if we can do this. And actually I won't use that, I'll use 1. Just go there. And I'll just do something like this. Get rid of this one. I'll just do set fire. Oh, okay. Will this stay forever? Possibly, yeah. Okay, cool. That's fixed that problem. So we've got one of them done. And that one's kind of hidden. Yeah, that works. Cool. Oh, I'm so glad about that. Okay, so we need to look at some more minor details in here, but so far it's looking quite good. Okay, so what else have we got to do? We've got the wood pile, we got that, we got the little table, they got... Oh, so we put the table on the wrong place. We could move this table over. I'm actually going to leave it where it is. I'll put more wood or something there. Oh yeah, the crafting table and the tiny thing there. Chest, barrels, and then just stuff. And we've got these lights. I was going to look at those as well. The lights, some stuff hanging. We can do that. Yeah. So we'll put some lights. I think I'm going to be quite careful with the lighting here. I'm just going to do it with candles to make it look really dark. Currently, it's just got loads of torches, but okay. I think I've got it. Okay, so what am I going to do? I'm going to take away these lights. Make it look ridiculously dark. Well, not ridiculously. That kind of fire is actually like kind of lighting everything up quite well, which is good. I'm going to grab our redstone torches. Also going to grab wherever a crafting table is there. And if I will move that table then. So I'll grab that one. Okay, so we've got those. Grab that over here, move it to here. Then there's some wood piles. So I'll put that one in there. There's a tiny seat around here. We could move this over by one. I think that's what we will do. So can we... yeah, okay, so those can work like that. Hardly see anything at the minute. So I'll just sort of really put in the lighting first. We're going to have a tiny seat here, but we will have a crafting table there, because there was something similar. Or a crafting table here. And put a torch on it. That lights up that side. I wonder if I can put in... I think on this kind of counter here we'll have one there. That can make it look quite dark. We've already got the natural lighting here. So... barrels in that corner. A barrel there. So I'm just going to fill this in like that. A torch there, torch there. We could do with one over here. Can we... so that looks alright. Yeah, we got one there. Could do one, unfortunately, on top of a barrel. I do like it on the crafting tables. I don't know why, it just looks a little bit better. Stuff on here then. So I'll clear down all this and grab a load of other stuff. Okay, so I've got a couple different things. So obviously, tiny chest is always good. Have that kind of at an angle there actually. So if you were if this was a workbench, you get that. Got a flower pot, and not on the end actually. I'm going to leave it off the end. A lever as well. Weighted pressure plate maybe on that end. And what I was going to do up here is I've got tripwire hooks. I'll just put something like that on. Actually, no, I won't do that because that doesn't look very good. But I'll put them on the wall there. So we've got one there. This needs to look a little bit more cluttered, I think. Let's maybe bring one of those forwards. We also need a tiny seat over here. So what will we do? We're going to just grab an oak wood slab. And is this... that's just a normal one. Cool. That's what we want. And also a sign. I'll just do that. One of those really small ones. So there's a tiny one. It doesn't look that good at all, but it'll do the job. There was a stand as well with one of these redstone torches on, so I'm going to try and create one of those. Just using fence. Basically just going to go like this. Actually just like that, and then put one on. Because I don't think... I don't know, actually we might want a kind of height difference with these. That looks okay. Maybe do one of these, and I'll do the replace. And I'm going to replace with 85.5. I'll try that one. 85 and 5. And because I need to place another block, it's this weird update thing. Oh, okay, so that's a different type of fence. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we can use a different type of fence. Why not? That's fine. Okay. But I'm pretty happy with that, actually. I know there was some carpets somewhere. I think it was the brown one. So I'm going to put it in this area here. Just do this type of thing. That does look pretty good, actually. I think that looks like it. It's quite similar. So tell me what you guys think. Tell me if you think it's a bit too dark, or if it is, you know, kind of just right. This corner, obviously, if you had mobs spawning, they would be all over this. But I don't know. I'm quite happy with that, actually. I think it does look good. In the game, also, you could have also pushed these blocks all the way back. And I'll show you that just before we can end what I mean. But I've kind of decided to do these like that because I think otherwise the foundation's going to look a bit weird. But that's quite good. You can definitely tell that it's a cellar down there. And that's quite good, actually. I'm quite happy with the kind of light difference, as it does make it kind of feel a lot darker. We did forget that there is some wood over here, so I'm going to just put some wood there. So that's good. So I'm happy with this actually, that's pretty good. Tell me what you guys think though. If you've got any improvements that you think I can do with this. As a kind of a completed build, because I'm pretty much complete. Obviously the fire, kind of annoying, as it's everywhere now, but I can't figure out how to fix it at all. So if you guys have any any ideas to stop this fire, I mean the thing is that it shouldn't be setting on fire, but if for some reason it does, it might be a 1.6.2 thing. I'm not too sure. Also tell me what you want to see next. I was planning on doing the Riverwood Trader, which is the kind of the shop that you kind of have a quest in as well. But if you guys want me to, I can either do Riverwood Trader or I can do the Sawmill and kind of improve on the design that I did in Dakr Ages and make it really Skyrim-like. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed this episode of Let's Build Riverwood. If you have, make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one.